Among every world, among every timeline, among everything you can imagine in different worlds, people are there to guide you. Guide you through stories, guide you through timelines. Welcome to the Blue Mask What If channel. Hello everybody, this is Blue Mask. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys will enjoy. Let's begin. Hello everyone, this is Blue Mask, and like I said in the intro of this, welcome back to my channel, and I hope you guys had a good weekend or week, because let's get into the next season of What If Deku was in My Hero Academia, or the other title I usually called it, What If My Hero Academia characters was in Danmachi, Season 2, Part 1. Let's begin. We hear footsteps going down in a corridor. There was a lot of them walking down into a room in the dungeon. We're on the 14th floor. We see a group of 4 walking into the room where monsters was roaming about, being hellhounds, elmirages, and some some bad-looking creatures that's gone down from the upper floors. When the monsters see these people, they immediately rush over to attack them. 2 El Mirages was running towards the group fast when a sword that was made a long sword cut into the monsters. We turn to see the character with red hair and his smith or regular outfit having a smile on his face, just cutting down some monsters. This is Wolf Kreutzer, a member of the Hephaestus Familia and one of the people in this party. We see his 2 hellhounds was about to attack Wolf from behind when a huge axe when the axe cut the 2 hellhounds in half, and a man stood back to back with Wolf. This being Oka. Oka. This is Oka, the captain of the Take Familia. He's a level 2 like Welf, by the way. Welf is also level 2. Oka is level 2 and is in his middle stages of, doing his work and in his status. When we go back a little and see some El Mirages going behind Welf and Oka. Going behind Welf and Oka, rushing towards the group that was behind those 2. Before they could do anything else, an arrow was launched towards them and killing the monsters through being shot in the head. We see 2 people with bows aiming the arrows towards the monsters. We see a white-haired man with red eyes pulling arrows on his bow and shooting them out again. This being Bel Cranel, a member of the Hestia Familia and level 2 of his Familia. Being the level 2 of his Familia and being one of the lower ranks, but getting high up there with his status. The other person that was shooting arrows and everything else was Mikoto. Mikoto is also a new level 2 and also getting high up there with their status. But both of them right now are in the background shooting down monsters and helping Welf and Hoka with the monsters. We see a hellhound going between them, and both of them was not able to kill it. We see it rushing towards three people in the back when a spear was launched into the stomach of the monster. We see a woman with golden hair and the green eyes standing there with fluffy fox looking ears and fox tail. This being Haruhime, a level 1 of, well, level 1 of the Hestia Familia, and almost getting up there to almost getting up there in level to reach level 2 of, well, some help from Bell. But in we see it's a we hear a person yelling out orders to the others, and this being Lily Rukaarde. By the way, I've forgotten if she got out of the Soma Familia, but I think I made it so she's actually just protected by the Hestia Familia. Lily Rukaarde, a level 1 of the Soma Familia, and being a supporter and a tactician of, well, of the group, party that's right now fighting the monsters. We see another person with Lily cutting down some El Mirages from that was behind them. This being Chikusa, a level 2 as well, that is a new level 2 of the Take Familia. She's reached it yesterday, so she is kind of getting used to her status. When when the group got done killing all the monsters in the whole room, they helped collecting the bodies for Chikusa and Lily. All of them spread was around Lily and the Chikusa and Lily that was cutting out the bodies and getting out the magic zones. When Wealth started to talk to Belle. So Belle, how is the new knife? How's the new hunting knife I gave you? Oh, Belle shows the a bluish looking knife and talked. Well, that metal you got from the 18th floor is actually good cutting through, well, living monsters. Yeah, that is kind of the specialty with that kind of metal, what we have noticed about it. Yeah, but I can't channel magic through it. Well, we believe it's more water magic you need to channel through the blades, so I'm sorry, Belle. It's fine. Like I said, it's easy cut through monsters that has liquid. Well, it's made of the liquid materials. It will be hard cutting through rock monsters. Yeah, that will be quite hard to do. Anyways, I've heard the Hestia Familia is gonna do something very soon. Very soon. Should I know about it? Oh, it's just that the Hestia Familia is hosting the nest god meaning, you know? Ah, I see. Well, my god is also does a lot of special things for all the other gods, so we have to keep a high standards. And first time I'm doing this, so yeah. Well, that's gonna be special to you, Belle, right? I hope so. After some few minutes of talking, I'm sorry. After some few minutes of talking, Lily was done with the whole cutting up the monsters and everything else and getting some drop items as well. Being a Hellhound coat, so around 3 Hellhound coats or Hellhound skin and 2 Elmirage skin as well. when they got done putting all the things in, well, Lily and Chikusa's bags, they went up to the surface, getting, well, already have done a lot in the dungeon. We see the group right now in the guild checking over some few things. You're actually probably wondering why, well, Belle, Lily, Welf, and Harihime is teaming up with Aka, Mikoto, and Chikusa. Well, after the whole 18th floor incidents and getting up, the three that was in the other three that was in the Take Familia was kind of was sent back to the east with some money and actually had to stay there because there is going on some little has some little trouble over there. So Jake had to, well, send those three back to the orphanage that him and another god is running. So Aka, Mikoto, and Chikusa is right now the only three of the Take Familia that's in Orario. Anyways, we see, like I said, we see the whole group in the, well, guild is just, well, sitting around in a area where they can talk to, well, just having a little break. Right now, Wealth and Mikoto is up on the counter, getting their valets and everything else. Man, it's been hard these last week. Yeah, they've been. Um, the whole group has been dungeon diving for a week now. After the 18th floor incident, it's been a week since then. Yeah, you tell me about it. Monsters have kind of showed up a little more, but I think it's because we're a bigger group than we were before. Kinda right by that. Anyways, is there anything else we can do? Or do someone need to is sorry. Is there someone things we gonna do tomorrow, or is this the same tomorrow? Well, no, not in my part. All the armor I've made is already out to you guys. And there's no need for repairment or anything else. Yeah, I'm good to go into the dungeon. When Arka turns to Lily, she said, "Right now, right now we just need the money so we can count it up. I think I need to go back to the Soma Familia and buy me out. And I think I have enough money to buy me out of the Soma Familia." Ah, I see. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow with some of the other members from the Hestia Familia. I see, I see. She turned to Haruhime and she spoke. Well, we are kind of busy tomorrow. I am sorry. Meaning, that means that we're gonna have a break tomorrow, right? Mikoto and Belle walks over and set down the money so Lily can count out the split they have to do. Oh, you're talking about how me and Haruhime is gonna, well, is gonna do things tomorrow? Yeah, sorry about that. I think we also need to go with Lily to the Summer Familia house. It's fine. We have gone down to the dungeon. Well, the whole week actually. I think we actually need a break. We actually need a break. It's fine. Wolf spoke up and looked at the others. So anything you guys need, some new armor, some upgrades. I still have we you did gave me two, well, one Hellhound pelt, and two El Mirage's pelt as well. Is there anything you guys need? No, I don't think so. Not for me, Mr. Welf. No, Mr. Welf, I don't need anything else. Nah, neither did I. Alright, so everyone doesn't need anything from me, so I can just keep this and make something else. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I have to figure that out. Anyways, the special orders you have, well, the special orders from the blue axe is actually coming up in. I can actually make it tomorrow. I can finish the axe tomorrow, occur. Uh, okay, good. That sounds good. Thank you, Wolf. No problem. Done. Everything is split. Well, 7, 10% to each of them is 7. So that's 30. 10. Give me a moment. Ah, shit. I did that wrong. Lily split. Sorry about that. All right, I'm done. 14% to everyone here. 14 and 14% to everyone else. Here you go. Lily ran around to give them their percent of the money. Thank you, Lily. And the rest of that is going to you, right? Yes, I actually have enough money to, well, buy myself out now. That's good. Anyways, Belle stood up with Haruhime and Lily. We're gonna go first. See you guys later. See ya. See ya. See you, Beldono. Yeah, see you guys. Welf, not Welf. Belle, Lily, and Haruhime was walking out of the guild and walking towards, well, their mansion. After some few walk, After they walked a few minutes, they arrived at the Hearthstone Manor, being being the manor of the Hestia Familia and everything else. They walked into to the entrance of their Familia home and looked around to spot anyone there. They see a lot of people walking around the halls of the Hestia Familia, being there, walking around. Sorry, Belle, Lily, and Harahime is seeing a lot of people, well, going around with some boxes and, well, moving boxes and everything else, and going and moving some items and everything else. Jesus, it's only 3 days away and they're all in a rush. Yeah, you don't say. Ah, there you three are. All three of them turns around to see a green-haired man walking over towards them. This is Isugu Midoriya, aka Deku, what he wanted to be called, but the gods named him as the nickname the Green Prince. If I forgot to give them, by the way, if I forgot to give them nicknames in, well, my first season, I'm sorry. I think I forgot to give them, well, alien, al- alias. So I will give them now because I'm not listening to my own voice that all the whole time. Right. Let's continue. The Green Prince, the second Sword Prince in Orario. Isugu Midoriya is a level 6 of the Hestia Familia and one of the, well, executive of, well, the Familia. Izuku walks up to the three of them and stood in front of them. How were your dungeon diving today? Oh, it went well, sir. It went well, Mr. Midoriya. Well, I have told you so many times. Just Isuku. Yes, Isuku. Great. And did you get enough money? He turned to Lily and she spoke. Yes, I have enough. We can go tomorrow. I would rather do it tomorrow than today. Good. Get your valors ready for tomorrow. I'm not gonna, well, walk you towards there because I hate the smells. I hate the smells of, well, that familia. So does Bakugo. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, well, ignore the smells of alcohol. We see another person walking over to the group being Bakugo Katsuki, aka Lord Explosion Murder. What he would have been called, but he's called the second Sword Prince of Orario. Well, Isugu is called, both of their nicknames is the second Sword Princess. Together, Isugu is the, both of them are called the same nickname, but they add the green sword prince and the blonde sword prince. Oh, Mr. I told you. Sorry, Bakugo. Finally. Anyways, yeah, me and Deku here is not going near some familiar members because of that awful smell. Luckily, you didn't. Yeah, you've told me I don't have the smell of a Soma familiar member. Yeah. Anyways, anyways, Ida and Uraka is gonna, well, Ida and Uraka is gonna, well, take you over there. Oh, Mr. In, Mr. Ingenium and Urarity? Yeah, they're gonna take you over there. I hope they do good. I hope, well, engine legs are not gonna mess it up. What's an engine? You know, I have no idea why I said that. You have a weird brain, man. Shut up, Deku! Anyways, you guys should get ready to change and help out around the familiar member house. Also, Hestia told us to inform you that you need your outfits measured. Belle just sighed and said okay to it, and all the other two did as well. You're probably wondering. Well, I said that the Hestia family is hosting the next god and goddess meeting in 3 days. Well, right now, Lily, Belle, and Haruhime is, well, helping around the familiar house. But let's go into a room in on the second floor that looks out to the training yard. We see three people in the room, being Nezu, the captain of the Hestia Familia, and the retired adventurers, well, him going down into the dungeon, and the goddess of the familia, Hestia, with the second in command being Aisawa. Yes, All Might. Wait, no, did I say All Might is the second in command? Oh, I've totally forgot. Let's say it's Aisawa for safety's sake. Give me a moment. I need to find out their levels again. It's been such a long time since I've done this. Sorry. My Hero Academia character level. Yes, got it. Um. All right. Nesu, the principal. Well, Prince. bleh, Sorry. Nezu, level 5, the captain of the Hestia Familia. Former adventurers to going down to the dungeon, but an injury made him so he had to retire from the dungeon, still running the Hestia Familia as perfectly as he can. Shota Aisawa. Oh wait, I forgot Nesu's well nickname or second name or aliases. Nesu, the captain of the Hestia Familia, also the leader of the Hestia Familia, or the captain, just the captain, what he wanted as his name. But he got the nickname of the not uh, nickname the superior being. Nezu is a mixed race being of Palam and um Chienfrope descendants, or his parents was a Palam and Chienfrope, so he's a mixed race. So he's a Palam Chienfrope mix. So he's called the superior or the most intelligent being in Orario. So his second name is Superior Being of Humans. Shota Aisawa, or aka what he would have been called Razorhead. But he's called the Red Eye Shadow. A nickname because his reputation is that he actually stops, well, thugs and bandits from other familia, and also is in the shadows of, well, hiding in the shadow. Only his red eyes can be seen by his enemies. Yeah, so that is Aisawa and Nesu's nickname, and Shota Aisawa and Nesu are both level 5. Sorry, let's get back into the whole thing. We see the free people and the free leaders of the Hestia Familia talking in the room. So, let me. So, how is the young Bal Cranel? Well, after the whole incident and everything else, he has leveled up. His status has gone up very much. Hestia smiled at her captain. That sounds wonderful. And the other people he has been partying with. Oh yeah, um, ha, Take actually came to ask question about his children's stats growing a little too much than regular. You had to tell him. Yeah, it's around his family, so I had to. Sorry. It is fine, my goddess. And I know Hephaestus knows about, well, Belle's skill. Yes, and like I said so many times before, she won't tell. I know. Anyways, well, how about the party that's gonna be here in 3 days? Yes, Aisawa spoke up at this point. The party is gonna do well. We have the materials and all the supplies for the party that Hestia is gonna host tonight. Well, in 3 days. And all the invitations to the gods has been sent out by, well, by some mail by by some mailmans that's come by. Wonderful, wonderful. Any other news that I need to know? I've been informed by Loki that Malin needs to be explored, so we have to send some people over there. But not in these 3 days because of the party. I see. Hmm. Do you know who she wanna take? She wanna take all her girls with her. Well, well, and that her male members stay in Norario. Who do you want to take with you, goddess? Well, I know you need a break, Nesu. You've been in this office for a long time, and I know you have not taken a break for a little while. Well, that do sound nice. And we're not gonna do anything next after the party, so I think you need a break. Very well, I will accept. And who else will you take with you? Well, I will think about taking, well, the two boys. Well, taking Isuku and Bakugo. All Might as well. With me as security. Is it wise? Yes, of course, because I know what Loki's gonna do. And Freya and the other gods are not gonna be idiots to attack my rest of my familia. That's gonna be ludicrous. And an idiotic when I return. Indeed, that is very dumb for any other gods to do. Especially Freya and your little warning. She hasn't done anything, has she? No, luckily enough, she hasn't. Good, because if she does, I will take back my front. I will take back that room and all of her items. Goddess, you're getting a little threatening. Getting a little angry. Oh, sorry. Anyways, I think I'm also gonna take Belle, Haruhime, and Lily away from Arario. Is that wise? Yeah, you have seen those three. They've been doing a lot to get Lily out of the Soma Familia. By the way, I'm still not sure if I made her join the Hestia Familia, but if I did, I will retcon it and say she's still in the Soma Familia. Sorry for me and my sniffing. I still have some bad medical condition. Anyways, and like I said, I will take Belle, Cornell, and Harime and Lily. I will probably ask, maybe I will ask her, have faced if I can take Wealth with me. Probably also take and his familia. Why is those two gods and their children, goddess? Well, I know Hephaestus as well. She's also been busy these last couple of days. A lot of adventurers has gotten jealous of Belle, and a lot of her familia and items has gone off the shelves, so she's kind of getting busy. So I need to get her relaxed. And I also know something that you don't. Oh, is it that Hephaestus has a crush on the little wealth guy? I hate that you're smart, Nezu. Sometimes sorry. Sometimes I hate you're that smart, Nezu. You made me this smart, Lady Hestia. God damn it, you little sour. God damn it, you little. God damn it, you're so smart, you little dog. What was that? Nothing. Anyways, so you're gonna take those two gods with you? Yeah, I'm gonna take them with me on that vacation. Mm, yeah, that's gonna be it. Mm, there's nothing much to know. We've gotten the information from Dionysus and Hermes about the evilest members coming back and the whole incidents in the dungeon. Yeah, there's nothing more. Okay, then I'm going. I need to find Miss Joke. Ah, of course, of course. Your little wife has been your little wife has been excited over well, has been excited for the last couple of days. We're not fine. I know you're married. Don't lie. Anyways, yeah, I think that's it. Wait, Lily is gonna go to the Summer Familia tomorrow. I think they have enough money to. She has enough money to buy herself out. Uh, who is gonna go with her then? Uraka and Ida, with Belle and Haruhime as well. That is good. That is very good. Yeah, it is. Anyways, Hestia stood up from the seat she was sitting in and was walking towards the door. See you guys later. I need to check up on the whole setting up to the party. Very well, Lady Hestia. Good luck. Good luck, Lady Hestia. Thank you. Hestia walks out of the room and closes the door, walking down the hallway and smiled. This is gonna be an interesting few days. The next day, we see a group walking forwards down the street towards a smaller looking mansion than the Harf Manor. The group that was walking down was around 5 people, being Belcronel, Haruhime, and Lily Rukaarde. The two others were we see a knight looking person with white armor and a sword by his side with his shield. This being Ida Tenya, level 5 of the Hestia Familia, and one of the strongest younger members. Not the strongest, one of the strongest. aka nickname that he wanted to be called but didn't get is Ingenium, but his actual name is the Silver Knight. The second person that was walking by him was wearing a witch's hat that had a pink witch's hat that has some stitches around that was destroyed. She was holding a staff that was made out of wood and had a crystal in the middle of the staff. Ochako Uaraka, level 4, level 4 of the Hestia Familia. And one of the lower one of the younger members that is not strong but is a strong mage. She wanted to be called, and some other people actually called her in the house, is Gravity. But her nickname is the Gravity Witch. She has magic that is surrounding is gravity. The group was walking forwards towards the Soma Familia and in front of them. It was a small mansion with the Soma Familia logo in front of the gate. When they were in front of the gate to Soma Familia's mansion, they see some people passed out in the yard. How uncivilized. Ida walked over to the gate and looked around to spot anyone. There were no one at the gates. Young Lily Rugardi. Young Lily Lily Rugardi. Arde. Miss Young Arde or Miss Arde, can you please tell me what is going on? Ah, it must be a payout. This god Soma must have produced the wine, and the captain must have shared it with other members of the familia. We can just walk in. I see. Ida walked over to the gate and just pushes the door, but it was locked, so he just sighed and just kicked the door to open. I hate doing it, but I must. Calm down, you big uh, rule abider. Come down, you silver knight. I am. You don't get a joke sometimes. Hush. Hush now, we have to go. The group walks into the courtyard of the Soma mansion and was walking towards the door. No one was stopping them or anything else. A lot of people was just passed out. When they walked over to the door, Ida just opened it and they walked in. This way, towards goddess, the god Soma. The group the group walked over to some stairs and was walking up to the second floor. When they arrived and when Lily points down a hallway, they were walking down it when a person stood in front of them. My, Lily, it's been a while since you've been back. A blue-haired man with some glasses was in front of them. He was looking at Lily with a smart look or a cruel look when he saw who she was with. Hestia Familias, Silver Knight, and Gravity Witch? Yes, I'm here to buy myself out. I want to talk to God Soma. I'm sorry, he is quite busy. I don't care. I want to see God Soma. The man was about to speak up. I have forgotten his name, by the way. The man was about to speak up when Ida walked forward. Excuse me, she want to leave your familia, and she has the money to leave. Is there gonna be any problem, or... Ida grabbed the handle of his sword, walking in front of the man. Fine. The man stood aside and the group walks beside him. They arrived at the door and Lily got her debt out so she can pay it. She opens the door to see Soma making some more wine. She walks forward towards the god and started to talk. God, Soma, I want to leave the familia. The god Soma stops making alcohol and said, "Do you have the money?" Lily puts the bag of Valis on the table and said, "There, that's all the money I all the money for so I can leave." Soma looked at the money bag and walked over. He could see how much there was in there and nodded. That's enough. But you must. But Soma walked over to one of his, alcohol flask and poured some wine in it. You must not be controlled by the wine, or else you will fall. Lily was shocked by this, but mm, and looked at the wine. This must not happen. This cannot happen. Ida walked forward towards Soma and stood in front of Lily. You cannot just give her wine. One of the one of the reason why I do this is so the members that's been affected by my wine doesn't leave or destroy other people. So she must drink and get over the effect of my wine. Ida was about to speak when Lily spoke. Fine, I will try my best. Soma nodded and handed over the cup. Lily looked at the wine and took in a deep breath. She put the glass to her lips and drank some of the wine. When she drank the whole glass, she was wobbling from the effect of, one of the wine. For her, it felt like time was slowing down. She felt Lily could not feel when she landed on the ground, but she knew she had to get over the effect of the wine. Five. It took Lily 5 minutes to get on her hands and knees and just say a few words towards Soma. Let me leave your familia. I don't want to be here. Soma saw this resolve and nodded at this. Fine. Fine, I will let you leave my familia. The men walked out of the room and stood in front of the room. Uraka was the only one inside and made sure that Lily was fine. When Soma released Lily from his fulma, Lily was still full still was drunk by the alcohol and Uraka carried her out to the group on her back. She's done it. Let's just go. The group walks out of the mansion when they heard a voice. Wait a minute. Soma walked out of actually his room and was at the door of his mansion. Sorry. What is it? God. God Soma. If she want. She's the only one that has defeated the wine's effect to speak to me. I've seen. It seems that I have to change, doesn't it? I have to change my ways. Indeed. Look at your members that's outside right now. Soma looked outside of the doorway and saw his members laying on the ground drunk. I see. The captain was walking up from behind. Don't listen to him, God Soma. They are not worthy to talk to you. You must go back to your room. Please be quiet. God Soma. I'm talking to them. And I'm also recommending you something else, God Soma. Soma turned around to Ida that was looking at him. Get you a new captain. And don't give your wine to anyone. I see. I'll think about it. Soma nodded and walked away from the others, and the captain was shocked by Ida's words. Wait, Soma! Don't listen to them! The captain of the Soma family immediately rushed after Soma, panicked. Well, we got rid of one issue. Yes, we should better get back. It's the next day. Yeah, I know there's gonna be a huge time skip to the next day, but there was nothing actually happening afterwards of that day. The next day, at the evening or after, um, near night, at nighttime, there's nothing's gonna I'm gonna tell you. Right now, we see a carriage that was holding three people inside, riding towards riding towards the Hearth Manor. We see it's the goddess Loki with eyes and Riveria. Loki was wearing a red piece suit with. It's the normal suit in the Apollo arc. It's the normal red suit in season 2 that Loki is wearing. Ice is also wearing the green dress she's having. Give me a moment. Actually, give me a moment. I need to find a dress for Bavaria. Found a dress from the video game of. I found a dress from the video game of danmachi. Anyways, let me describe. I'm not gonna put it up in the video. I'm just gonna describe it. We see Loki in the red man suit, man suit she has on, and Ice is also wearing the green dress. No. Riveria was sitting down with a beautiful red dress with black, sort of see-through patterns from her a neck collar on her neck down and covering her cleavage of the dress off the dress so no one can see it, and has two red roses in her hair. On the side of her dress she has on the sides of her dress there's the same kind of pattern as the front of her dress has, but she has this flowing looking arms on arm sleeves that looks like roses patterns on her arms and on her legs, meaning she's wearing a tight dress with red with her legs are very all right. It's Riveria in a red dress that has. It's very hard to describe what it is. The bottom of the dress at her feet looks like a rose flowers going on the bottom. You can probably find the image I'm talking about. then you can see what I mean. I'm not gonna find it because it's very. I don't think I am. Well, I can, but I won't. And for the modded sec, she's also for my detail that's not well part of the image. Riveria is wearing a sort of a mini cloak on her shoulders that is covering her arms. The skins from her neck to her shoulders. She's covering up the skins from her shoulders and everything else, so no one can touch it. Man, Loki was after I after this after we see Loki and her two girls in her carriage, Loki look out and gets a little excited. Man, I'm kind of excited to see what Hestia puts on this time. Ice looked at Loki and asked, "What do you mean, Goddess Loki?" Oh, what I mean is, Ice, sometimes Hestia puts on a lot of stuff. I think I never told you that, right? You never did. Well, Hestia has this thing that she's always changing up what the gods are doing at her parties. Last time it was like a not a fancy party, but a party where the gods can go around and everything else. It was like a theme of cowboy country country boys and everything with the cowboy hats. It was a cowboy themed like party last time. It was very excited. I really loved it. And there was fun activities as well. The other gods does the normal dress thing. Hestia always spice things up. And it's in this time she's allowing familiar members to come along. So I'm very excited to see what they have plans. I see. Hmm. Or if you're thinking about if her familiar members is gonna serve the gods, you're correct. They are gonna do that. It's always Hestia has always done that. I see. Loki look at eyes and see what was thinking about what she thought. Oh, you thinking about how Belle is gonna look in a suit? Eyes blushes at this and said, I don't know what you're talking about." Oh, come on. I know you have a little interest in that rabbit. Mm, I'm not jealous. I'm actually fine with it. Loki looked out at the window and smiled. Because she knows that her children are gonna grow up and everything else. That's why she allowed, Riveria to marry Toshinori to get an alliance with Hestia and, getting Riveria and having Riveria, very happy. I don't, I want my I want my kids to be happy. So I don't mind you dating one of Hestia's boys. Loki smiled at Eyes and she thanked Loki for that. But I do but I want no. God damn it. Loki looked sad at Isis' fast response. Look up, Loki, we are arriving. Bavaria spoke and Loki saw that they were arriving at the party. When the carriage stopped, they see two people walking over to the carriage, but they have both of them well, two people walking over to the carriage. One of them was a male and one of them was a female, but one thing that's different, both of them had mask on and a little cover for their hair so no one can recognize them. Oh, this shall be interesting. When the two people walks over to the carriage, the woman the woman or girl opens the door and the man reach out his hand with a white glove, helping Loki down from the carriage and Ice and Riveria. Well, this is interesting. May I ask what the theme is of this little gathering of the gods from Hestia at this time? The man walked over with a card and gave it to Loki. Loki looked at it and read it out loud. Greetings, guests. This little gathering of the god has a little interesting game. This is a guessing game of my familia members. Every single members of my familia has a mask, a suit. For the men, they have a mask, suit, and hoodie to cloak who they are. But they're also gonna carry some weapons from the other familia members. You can guess wrong and everything else. You can guess who familia members they are, but if you get it wrong, guess it wrong, if you guess it wrong, you are not allowed to participate in the next, well, in the next event of the evening. Oh, so we have to guess every member. The man nods his head and Loki sees what's on the mask. It's on the mask there were some drawing lines. Looks like on the mask there were some spikes going around a circle. She didn't know what that meant on the man and looked at the woman. The woman had a mask with two a star looking symbol on her mask. She can guess both of them could be Bakugo and Waraka. Let me guess. Can I guess now or should I guess inside? The man nodded and she said, Yours is a circle with spikes around it. Looks like an explosion. Yours is like a star. You must be Bakugo. You must be Uraka. When the man walked over to Loki, he reaches out towards the paper. When she saw the back of the paper, she saw there were stamps. On the side of the card that has the signs of every member. Every sign, what Loki could see, there were the mark of the explosion man and the star woman. The man pulled out a stamp and pressed it on this. Pressed the stamps on the card, making it green. The woman walked over and did the same, revealing yes, Loki had it correct. Thank you very much. The man bowed at Loki and showed his hand to the entrance. Loki and her group Loki and her two familiar member walks into the gala, and it looks like the Apollo Familia. When they were walking, they were greeted by a woman with the same kind of outfit, a hood on her, a hood, a mask, and a black and white servant outfit that was going down to her knees, and some leggings or high socks going up to above the knee where the skirt is covering. The servant showed her a tray of drinks, that being wine and some juice for the some elves in the crowds. Loki took the wine, and Ice and Riveria took the juice. When Loki saw the mask, she saw it was a blob of some sort on the mask. That one is a little different. I'll get to you next time. The woman nodded and walked away. She looked at what weapon she was holding, and it was a bow and a quiver. Maybe not. Loki looked at the text again and saw the line that familiar members has different weapons or changes weapons. So they changed weapons, so maybe not. Eyes and Riveria was looking around as well looking around as well to check out who was there. Sorry. They walked over to the food area and took some stops and walked over to a table. Sitting down, and after some few moments, three people arrived to their table. This being Hephaestus with the dress that she was wearing at the Ganesha gathering of the gods, and Wealth and the Hephaestus captain as well walking over. Fi. It's good to see you again. Hello, Loki. Lady Riveria, Lady Wallenstein. Both of them bowed towards Hephaestus, and Wealth and Tsubaki did the same. There, Tsubaki. When they sat down, Loki asked a question. So, have you guessed any of the servants? Have you guessed any of the... Sorry. Have you guessed any of Hestia's members? Yes, I did. She showed her the card, and it had a green mark on two spots, being a sort of image that looks like a square and everything else, and a mark that looks like a arrow up. That confused little Loki a little. An arrow up? I didn't get it, but Wealth guessed that one. Yeah, that was kind of easy for me. Ah, I see. Mm. Can you tell me who those two are? Nope. I want to see how far you can get, Loki. Damn it. Anyways, the the gods started to talk a little when a servant walked by with as well. Eyes looked at the mask, and it had a little hmm. It had a little lightning on a lightning symbol, meaning just one of them. It's like a line at the top, two going down, and then the two lines go to the side and just down in a lightning. When I saw that, she was thinking about two people she know that produces electricity. That could be, three of them actually. One of them being Bell, one of them being Kamnari, and one of them being Isuku because of its power. Its normal power actually looks like it's producing electricity. After that one walked by, she looked at Loki. I saw one of the masks of one of the servants, Loki. Whoa, sorry. I saw one of the masks of the servant, Loki. Oh, which one? It was one with a lightning on it, and I can only guess three people that uses lightning in Hestia Familia. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, who could that be? Bell, Bell, Kaminari, and Isuku. Oh yeah. Mm, that one is gonna be difficult because three of them and everything else. Yes, that is gonna be difficult. Before anything could happen, every single god that was invited has arrived, and Hestia, and the light went out. The light dimmed a little, and the light was shown on the stairs, some stairs up to a second floor, where Hestia was standing with the purple dress from the Apollo, the dress that she used in canon in the Apollo dance. That one. She stood by two people that looks different from each other. There was a little person beside her with the same kind of outfit, but a sort of image that looks like a brain. On the other side, there was a bigger man with a with a mask that had a weight on and shit. And the bigger person with a mask that looks like a dumbbell. Welcome, one of all, to my dear ball. I hope you are excited for what's gonna happen after you've when everyone has guessed or could not. You have sorry, let me do that again. I'm very excited for all of you to be here. Newer gods, older gods that has been down on the surface for a very while. Welcome to the ball. I hope you will enjoying the food, drinks, and everything else, and I'm hoping that you're having fun with your children. Now, the little game I have set up for all of you is to guess every single member of my familia. There's some names that's on the side of, one of there is a list of names that you can get if you don't know every single member that's here. The names will be on the list, and you can cross out who you have guessed already. So I hope you enjoy. But hurry up. You have only 3 hours, you have only an hour to get every single right before the second event of the evening will begin. Good luck and have fun. When every single one of the gods and the children clapped at this, Hestia went down to the crowd and, greeted everyone that was there. Some she would enjoy greeting, and some she was reluctant to, greet. When Hestia got done and they saw her go down the stairs, Reverie immediately turned to Loki. I know the two of them. That's the two of them that was standing beside Hestia. Yeah, that makes sense. It was kind of easy to recognize those two. May I get the paper? Riveria, reach out her hand. May I get the paper? Here you go. Riveria gave the paper to Loki. Gave the paper to Riveria, and she walked towards the stairs where the man and the two men was standing. She walked over to the man with the brain mask and looked at him. You must be Nesu. The man looked at her and asked for the paper. She gave it and it was marked correct. She smiled and walked over to the second one. Dear, do you mind signing green for this? The man looked at her and and took the paper from her hand, marking it green. Thank you. Thank you very much. She smiled at the tall man, and he nodded at this. And the tall man nodded, and Riveria went back to the table. So, both of them were correct. Yes! After that, Hephaestus told. Damn it. Hephaestus told Wealth to go over to the two men and guess Nesu to the brain guy and All Might to the big guy. He did that and both got it correct. After some little more talking at their table, Takamichi went over to the table as well and sat down, greeting Loki and Hephaestus. He had Mikoto with him and Chikusa. Or um when Loki asked why his captain wasn't there, he just said he had a little more stuff to be done. So he couldn't come, so he chose Chikusa. Both of the girls greeted the gods, and both of them greeted Wealth as well. And the Chikusa and Mikoto greeted the others, and both of them sat down having a little talk. Wealth was talking to Chikusa and Mikoto at the table, asking them how have they been and how were their sorry, I'm very sorry. How was their items? They said it was well, and Mikoto was actually loving the blue sword she was giving, the blue katana she was given. When Wealth nodded at this, a maid came over with a platter of drinks. The maid had a Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, yeah, I got this one. A maid walked over with the same outfit, but it looks like she was a little older with from some of the other people that was walking around. The maid had a little gas or a air thing around her mask. When Riveria saw the mask, she asked the maid a question. May I ask? Midnight? The maid asked for the paper and marked it correct. Thank you very much. The other gods and Hephaestus and Take did the same and got it correct as well. The maid, aka Midnight, grabbed the used cups and everything and replaced it with some new, drinks for the group. The maid walked away When Riveria saw what weapon she was actually carrying on her back, she realized she was carrying actually Izuku's great sword. Man, she must have a good back. What the fuck? Oh my god, that was not intentional. I realized when I said it. Shoot, I'm gonna keep that in because that's funny. Sorry. When the maid walked away and Riveria thought that thought, she immediately blushed a little and said, "Okay, no dirty thoughts. That was just. Why did I come up with that?" When they talked a little, a goddess walked over towards them. A goddess walked over towards them, and Loki saw who it is. Oh, Freya! It's good to see you. Hello, Loki. Take. Hephaestus. The children around the table, including Take, blushed a little seeing Freya and her two members she brought with her, being Otter and Otter. The Otter actually has a different name. He's not called the King of Rory or the King. He's not called the King actually. He's called the Warrior General. Or he no, he's called the Warrior King. He's not called just the King. Freya had Otter with her and Horn. Freya sat down at the group, making the table full. My, you having all fun, haven't you? Oh, we did. How many did you get right, Freya? Oh, just a few. Freya showed her card, meaning that she got, and the symbol she has gotten is the explosion, the star, and the puddle that Loki saw earlier. Ah, so you got the maid with the putty mask, correct? Yes, it was kind of difficult, but I thought of it and I got it right. I see, I see. After a little talking, after Freya sat down, she asked a few questions to Loki and the others. And sorry. After Freya sat down and was talking to the others, Hestia actually came over to the table with a bodyguard. This being a male with Bakugo swords, the sword on his back, but the male had a flame on the mask. Hmm. When Hestia went over to the table and saw who was sitting there, she greeted them all. Well, meaning Take and his children, Hephaestus and hers, Loki and hers, but she gave a cold greeting to Freya, and Freya understood why. Freya, it's nice to see you here. Hope are not doing any trouble towards my familiar members. Oh, don't worry, I will not do that at any time. You better not, because if you do, my threat will come to bear on your shoulders. I completely understand. Don't worry. Good, good. How is your guessing game going? Oh, we got around. Didn't. Oh, we got the two in the front, meaning the explosion. I can guess the symbol is the explosion at the star. We got the gas one. We got the weight and the brain. And I think we have. I think I have a lead on the puddle thing, but I don't get who. I know two of them, but I'm gonna make sure. That's good. All of them correct, Loki? Yes, of course. And who did you get have faced this? Oh, I have the rock and the arrow correct, and the brain and the muscle one as well. Also got the cloud as well. I see. Take. Well, well, I had a little guessing games with one of them because I know how many you've given the names of the familiar members that is in the guessing game. But I got the single lightning correct. I got the arrow correct as well. I got the brain one and the muscle one as well, and the cloud one. And I also got an arrow on the side correct. Now the pointing arrow up, but the arrow correct. I see. Very well. That's actually good guesses. Yes, I did. Thank you very much, Hestia, for this enjoyable game as well. My pleasure. It's always a joy to host these little get togethers for the gods. I'm getting kind of bored of the, well, normal get togethers the gods have almost every month. Almost 3 months. Yes, that is actually correct. Anyways, enjoy your dinner. Hestia walks off with the member by her side, and Loki just asks, "Okay, that can be two, right?" No, well, no, actually not. I said that, and Loki looked at her. Hmm. Well, if you can see there, Loki. Well, no, eyes pointed at a symbol where a little fire snowflakes was. Well, image was. I can guess who that is. That is pretty easy. But I will guess that one is the other one that can produce fire. Oh? Yes. Hmm. Alright then. After after 20 minutes passed by and some few waiters walked over to the table, and Loki and the others from the table guesses who they are, and some of them actually got, and all of them, when one of them guesses, the others ask the same thing. And when they were done, they actually got some few right. They actually got all of them right. What they actually got was, sorry about that. The single lightning came back to the table, and Loki guessed that as Isuku, getting that correct. When actually red a red dot came over to the table and to deliver a second food afterwards, to, well, pour them some new drinks and afterwards and everything else, Take actually got that one correct. He got that one correct, being Aisawa. The next one had a music note, actually confusing a lot of them, but never guessing. But that one was going to um to Tsubaki, guessing it was Mike. The rock came over to the table, and the rock one came over to the table. They guessed Kirishima. Then a sword came a man with a sword mask came over, and they guessed Ida. Shinzo had a hood on the mask, and Riveria guessed that as Shinzo. And when that was all of them they got right, meaning they have All Might, Deku, Bakugo. They had All Might, Deku, and Bakugo, Nezu, Eraserhead, Prismatic Midnight, Ida, Kirishima, Shinzo, Uraka, and yeah, that was it. Those were the people they guessed right. And after 20 minutes, they have gone guessing. Some of the others were walking around and having some little fun. There was a little dance going on, so Freya actually asked Otter to give her a little dance. Give her a little dance. So did Hephaestus. After those four walked away to, well, get a little dance, two waiters actually came over, being a female and a male. The female had the arrow that was going up, and the male had a arrow, meaning just a normal arrow for a bow, came over and presented the waiter with the female waiter showed them some little snack foods if they wanted some, and the waiter showed a wine bottle. Loki asked if she can get a little more wine, and the waiter walked over and poured her some wine. Tsubaki did the same, and the waiter did as well. Horn actually asked for some little snacks. Horn asked for a little more snacks. So did, well, Eyes and Riveria. Riveria asked the man that if he could get some more juice or some alcohol-free drinks. The waiter nodded and walked off. After 2 minutes, he came back with a bottle that was labeled non-alcoholic, and he gave it to the two women. When the waiter stood and was about to walk away with the female, Loki actually talked. Can we guess who you two are? The man nodded with the girl as well. Okay, that's a little hard, but I can guess you with the arrow. The man nodded and walked forward in front of the girl. You could be. Before Loki could answer, Eyes did. You must be Belle, correct? The man asked for the note and stamped that as correct. Thank you. The man nodded, and after he stamped the paper correct, Horn and Tsubaki asked if he was Bell, and he gave the correct stamps, on their marker. When the when Riveria asked for the maid walked forward and she answered, "You must be Harihime." The girl did that and stamped the cards that didn't have her. When both of them, the waitress bowed and walked away. Eyes looked at their weapons. The woman had gauntlets on her sides of on the back on her back, had gauntlet on her back, and the man had a hunting knife, meaning that Bell kept his hunting knife on him. After that, the evening went on, and some of them started to guess, meaning that after the night went on and the hour was up, Loki has stamped everything correct. Every Loki has gone to every single waiter and asked for who they are. When the hour was up and time came, Hestia walked over to the stairwell and walked up to the top. She stood in front of everyone and got their attention. Hello, everyone. It's been an hour since I have told you to begin the quest to catch every single member of my familia that is here to serve you. So, I will say the man or the female, the male or the female of the each maid and butler that is on the stairs, and I will say the symbol, and the person remove their mask and say their name out loud. All right, let's begin. Hestia had a crystal mic so she can say the voices out. So the people has guessed wrong and everything else. All right, the first one. Ooh. Hmm. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No, 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 no. 5. Doom. Okay, that's easy. For the easier one. All right, let's begin the naming. The butler with the brain mask. The When the people looked at the butler that had the brain mask, the person took it off and revealed it to be Nesu. My name is Nesu and I'm the captain of the Familia. The people clapped and everyone said that they got it right. Everyone has heard of fucking Nesu and everyone is fucking terrified of him. Even Otter is. Good, so everyone got that correct. That's one of the easier ones. And the butler with the weights. The taller butler that was by her side. Well, the two butlers, Nesu and the other guy, was beside her as when she greeted all of them. The man revealed his face and said, I am here, Toshinori. Everyone clapped and actually everyone got that right as well. Alright, to little harder ones. Let's see. Ah, one lightning bolt. Sorry, I'm just looking at. If you are guessing what I'm doing, I'm going down the list I have given of. Giving of the list I've given of the levels on the part 5 of season 1, where it's All Might. I've already taken All Might and Nesu off the board, but I'm going down now to show everything and saying out the symbol they have. So the second one is coming up. No, the third one. One lightning bolt. The person that was standing on the stairs took off his mask and showed to be Isuku. I'm Isuku Midoriya. Everyone clapped and actually 2 people got it wrong and said they were out, being 2 random familias. The explosion. The explosion was 2 steps above Isuku and he took off the mask. I'm Bakugo Katsuki. The rest of them that didn't get it, the Isuku wrong, the rest of the people that that said they got that because it was kind of easy, but one person actually got it wrong. So that God's group was out. Snowflake with ice. Snowflakes with the snowflake with fire on it was on the ground at was in front of everyone. He took off the mask and said, "I'm Shoto Todoroki." Everyone got that right. Everyone actually got that one right. Red dot. The person was standing in front of Hestia and took off his mask. "I'm Shoto Aisawa." Some of them, well, all of them actually, the last of them actually got that one wrong. Right, actually. Next one, music note. The man was standing actually beside Aisawa and took off his mask. "My name is Present Mike." But I'm saying his hero names, and if I'm gonna say their hero names, that's because I don't know their actual name or I have forgotten. Some of them, after President Mike announced who he was, some of them actually got it wrong, being five gods, meaning they were out. Oh, my bad. When the gods and the people from their familia guesses who they are, that means that if they can see if they're gonna try again. So yeah, it's not to make sure that it's were correct, but leaving a stamp who they guess who it was. If they already guessed who it was. Next one, the gas cloud. The maid took off a mask and revealed herself. "My name is Midnight." She When people heard that, the rest of the people that were still in the game cheered at this because they got that one correct. Next one, the sword. The butler took the mask off and showed himself. "I am Tenya Ida." Two people actually got this wrong, meaning some few gods were still in the game. There were, I don't know how many gods, but let's say there's around 30 at this party, meaning they got Nesu and all of them got Nesu and All Might correct. The lightning bolt actually knocked one person out. Explosion, everyone also got Shoto. The dot also knocked, well, All Might knocked no one out. Isuku knocked one out. The Bakugo, sorry. Everyone got All Might correct. Only one person got Isuku wrong, meaning they're down to 29. Well, let me just say who got it. How many people are left? Iratenia, meaning two people got knocked out. Can rock, the person with a rock mask showed himself? The butler took off the mask and yelled out, "I am Eiichiro Kirishima." With the person with the hood, please remove their mask. The person with the hood removed his mask and said, "I'm Hitoshi Shinso." Few people actually five people got knocked out of that one. because they guessed Aizawa before they met the red dot one. With the person with haha on the mask, please remove it. One of the maids removed the mask and laughed out loud. My name is Miss Joke. Sorry. My name is Miss Joke. I cannot fucking do that. Everyone actually got that run right. With the person with the flame removed their mask. When the flame one removed his mask, he shouted out, "My name is Dobby." Everyone actually two people actually got that one wrong. Oh, sorry. With Hestia looked at her list again. With the person with the darkness, with a dark mask, remove his. The person, the butler with the dark mask, removed it and showed it was Tokuyami. With I've described who Tokuyami was. If you don't, it's the same one that I described him beforehand. I'm Fumiyaki Tokuyami. Actually, six people got that one wrong. Actually, with the with the with the person with the star, pull off the mask. The maid with the star removed her mask and yelled out, "I'm Ochaku Uraka." Everyone got that one correct because no one got that one wrong. With the person with a puddle, please remove their mask. The maid did and showed it was and shouted out, "My name is Mina Ashido." With Can the person with 5 lightning bolt please remove their mask? Kaminari removed his mask and shouted out, "My name is Denki Kaminari." A few people actually got the same people that got Isuku's wrong. Two people actually got that one wrong. Can Can the person with a pencil remove their mask? The maid did and showed herself as Momo Yarosu. Can the person with a heartbeat remove their mask? The maid removed her mask and she spoke out, "I'm Jiro Kyoka." Can the person with an arrow, a arrow for a bow, remove their mask? The butler, that okay, um, okay. Let me just say first, I forgot to say where they were. So, two people was at in front of the stairs. Two people was Dobby and Todoroki. Two people was wait. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 18. Yeah. So do have it correct. So Toroki and Dobby was at the front of everyone. Behind them was Denki and Mina. Behind Denki and Mina was Uraraka and Tokoyami. Behind them was President Mike and Eraserhead. Behind them was Ida and Kirishima. Behind them was Miss Joke and Shinso. Behind them was Momo and Jiro. Sorry. Um Shoto and Dobby was in front. Then it was Denki and Mina. So those four are out. Next one was Uraraka and Tokoyami. The next one was President Mike and Eraserhead. The next one was Kirishima and Shinso. The next one behind them was Miss Joke and Midnight. The next one behind those two was Isuku and Bakugo. Next one behind them is the two of them I have not mentioned. Next one behind them was Jiro and another person. Behind them was Yayurosu and Bakugo. Next one was the last person was I have said Jiro, Momo, Denki, Mina, Uraka, Tokoyami, Dabi, Miss Joke, Shinso, Kirishima, Ida, Midnight, Prison Mike, and Bakugo, and shit. Sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry, but um so I got how it is now. So let's begin. So at the front of the group there were on the on the left side of the first stairs that the first people that's the first person on the left side was Dobby. On the right side was Shoto. The second two people behind them was Tokoyami and Tokoyami behind Dobby and Ochako behind Shoto. Behind Ochako and Tokoyami and Ochako was Denki and Mina. Well, Denki was behind Tokoyami, Mina was behind Ochako. Behind Denki and Mina, behind the Denki was Kirishima, behind Mina was Ida. Behind Kirishima was President Mike, behind Ida was Aisawa. Behind President Mike was Midnight, behind Aisawa was Miss Joke. Behind the Midnight, or behind, standing, oh, standing beside, standing behind Midnight was Belle. Standing behind Miss Joke was Haruhime. Standing behind Belle was Jiro. Standing behind Haruhime was Lily. Standing behind Jiro was Shinso. Standing behind Lily was Momo. Standing behind Shinso was Deku. Standing behind Momo was Bakugo. Standing behind Deku was Nezu. Standing behind Bakugo was All Might. And in middle of them, in the middle of All Might and Nezu was Nezu. Well, standing in the middle was Hestia. So yeah. So when where we last left off, sorry. When Hestia said the person to remove the mask with the arrow from a bow, Bell showed his face and said, "My name is Bell Crenell." Standing beside when Hestia yelled out, "The one with the backpack for a mask." Lily took off her mask and said, "My name is Lily Ruka Arde." Well, sorry. Around 6 people went out for Belle. Around 10 went out because of Lily, because those two are not very known. And the last one on the list and is decided who can go through the person that has the mask of an arrow pointing to the sky. The last maid removed her mask, showing it was Haruhime. "My name is Haruhime." A lot of people got knocked out because of Haruhime because she's not very known as well. Now, Haruhime actually knocked 9 people out. So, raise your hand if you got everything right. Around 6 gods raised their hand. There was only 6 gods left afterwards, being Take, Hephaestus, Freya, Loki, Ishtar, and Hermes and Hermes. Only those 6 was able to come to the end of the round. Congratulations. Every single one that has gotten every person correctly can challenge one of them. Everyone was shocked about this, meaning that Hestia was allowing them to fight. But there's no naming, there's no killing, and there's no ruining. It will only be with training swords. If you get hit, you are out. And it doesn't matter who gets the furthest or who didn't get defeated. It's just a little fun for the kids if they wanted to challenge. So, please, if any of you 6 want to challenge, if one of your children wanted to challenge one of mine, please allow them. After some few moments, Freya raised her hand. Otter wanted to ask if he could spar against oh. Otter is asking if he can spar against Isuku. Very well, I'm allowing it. Everyone was shocked, but Hestia walks down from the stairs and walked over to the balcony looking out at the training area that was set up with an arena. Please, fighters go down to. Oh, sorry if you heard that. Fighters, if you may go down to the training area and grab the sword that is best suited for you. Two fighters went down to the ground and grabbed their preferred weapon. Bell having a sword that was a little longer than him, and Otter grabbing a sword that's the same training sword as Isuku. When the two of them got ready to fight, Hestia said, "Begin." When it got knocked off, everyone could feel the wind when the two of them clashed at the first. After some few, Otter pushed Isuku back Isuku back and swung his sword downward. Isuku immediately rolled away from Otter and lunged his sword forward to hit Otter, but he dodged away. When he did that, he swung his sword to the side to hit Isuku when Isuku jumped up and landed on the sword. Isuku smiled and just swung his sword towards Otter's shoulder. When Otter saw that, he just threw Deku up in the air, but not high. When when Otter threw Deku in the air, Deku immediately made sure he got the right way how to land and everything else. But when he went down, he saw that Otter was swinging his sword up to hit him. When he saw that, Isuku took his training sword and made sure it was lined where Otter was gonna hit his leg. When Otter and Isuku's weapons, hit each other, Isuku was the one that pushes Otter's sword down. Otter not expecting the strength and the speed. His weapon got knocked into the ground. When Isuku immediately got up, he swung over and hit Otter's arm. Done! Hestia yelled out, and everyone was excited to see that fight. After Otter saw that he was defeated, he went up and bowed and nodded towards Isuku. Good fight. Same as well, Warrior King. Same to you, Warrior King. Both of them walked over to the weapons area and put the weapons away. Alright, who wanted to challenge next? Freya, you are not allowed. You have already wasted your chance. Freya pouted and nodded at this, not want to mess with Hestia. After that, Ishtar actually raised her hand. My captain wanted to fight Katsuki Bakugo. No, wait. Hmm. um, Ishtar raised her hand and said, my captain wanted to fight the little hunter. Yeah, if I got it wrong, I named Belle the little hunter instead of little rookie. Hestia was about to say no when some of the gods started to talk. Wow, A captain wanted to fight a newbie? Can be interesting, but it can also be a little worse. But it will be excited to see how it goes if a newbie can defeat a level 5 person. Hestia looked at them and spoke out. I will not agree. Find another one, or ask for a different member of mine. Ishtar Freen and Ishtar's captain looked a little angry, wanted to taste the little newbie. But before Ishtar could say anything else, Hephaestus raised her hand. Well, my member Welf wanted to fight Belcranel. Aloud. He, after after that, after Hestia allowed um Welf and Bel to fight, both of them went down. Sorry, I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm just gonna take a break and form my voice. See you tomorrow because I'm definitely gonna record then. After, all right, I'm back. Sorry about that. After Bill and Welf got ready to fight with their training weapons, Bill picked out a hunting sword, training weapon, and a spear. Welf picked out a sword that looked like his. Both of them looked at each other, and when they heard Hestia said, Ready? Go! Welf and Bell immediately rushed towards each other. Bell was near. When Bell and Welf was near each other, Welf was the first one to trying to hit Bell. But Bell used his spear on the ground to throw himself over Welf. But when Bell was trying to hit Welf with the hunting sword, it got blocked by the training, with the wooden heavy sword. Or, yeah, it's Welf's weapon. With the training weapon, Welf's training weapon. When Welf blocked it, Bell was on the ground and swung out his spear trying to hit Welf in his side. Welf immediately blocked the weapon and rushes towards Bell trying to hit him with one of his fists. Bell ducked under the fist and when Bell was about to be hit by Welf's fist on his head, Bell ducked under it and hit Welf in the stomach with the hunting knife, making this a quick match for both of them. Hestia clapped and some of the others also clapped because of how new Bell is and how new Welf is to level 2. Congratulations, Bell. You won this fight. Bell smiled at his goddess and bowed towards the audience. Welf did the same, and both of them went over to the weapons rack or the weapon holder and put their weapons there so another people can try to fight. I'm gonna make this short. After Welf and Bell's fight, some of the others asked for a fight between Ishtar asked for Bakugo and Freen to fight, meaning Bakugo just hit Freen in the head quickly, knocking her back. Bakugo chose the same sword as Isugu, and when he fought Freen, he knocked his weapon quickly into Freen's head, sending her back a little. So when she just sorry. After that, take ask for and mm, Mikoto and she wanted to try against Momo to see how she is towards a little more experienced adventurer. When that fight went also that fight also went quickly, meaning that Momo when Mikoto and Momo fought, Momo blocked every single strike of Mikoto, but strike Mikoto in the side and making it their match. After that, Frey I already asked. Loki and her group actually didn't want to because Ice and Riveria's dresses well was not up to par to fight in, so they had to skip. So Hephaestus, Freya, Ishtar, and take yeah, yeah, and Loki skipped, so all six of them was done with. After that, the party went on, and the Hestia familiar members kept serving the others without their mask on. After that, the party went down and everyone went back home. But some few people stayed at the mansion, being Riveria, Loki, and Eyes. Riveria actually asked after Riveria, Loki, and Eyes was staying at the Harf mansion. Riveria took Toshinori to a place that no one actually know where they went. So they didn't know what was going on with them. But after those two disappeared, Ice and Loki was in a common room sitting down and just cooling off from the dances they had with some other people and everything else. Well, Ice actually got a dance with Belle, same as the anime, but no interruption with Apollo. And in the common room, Loki was actually and Eyes was actually with Belle, Deku, and Bakugo, and Hesi as well, sitting there and just talking. The others, claim when the others were going to bed and or just talking to each other. Man, that was a fun party. Even though I'm sad that my girls didn't had to fight, but these dresses are kind of expensive. You don't say. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, I wanted to ask you. Loki looked at Hestia and just asked a simple question. We're gonna take along to. Oh shit. The. I have totally forgot what their name is. It's the arc. Sorry. And sorry, let's continue the last part of this video. Anyways, we are gonna take to the beach with you. Loki smiled and looked at Hestia. The kids looked at the two gods that was talking and realized they didn't know what the two was talking about. this is gonna be at the end of the video. Hope you guys will enjoy. Good morning, goodbye, farewell, see you later. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful time. Goodbye.